to do a Manchester United versus Fulham preview. Manchester United taking on Fulham tomorrow. First match of the Premier League game will be played at Old Trafford. Manchester United are definitely the favorites in this game. The fact that the game will be played at Old Trafford, this is their Manchester United. This is their opening the Premier League season at home for the 8th consecutive season. Because we all know there's something called the Manchester United privilege. Actually, Fulham last season, they were able to get the win at Old Trafford last season. So Fulham, this is not a ground that they're particularly scared of in terms of recent history. Erik ten Hag, he wants to start off his Manchester United campaign this season strong. After a horrible season last season, finishing 8th, their worst finish ever in Premier League history. They were able to conclude that season with the FA Cup win, but overall the Premier League season was a horrible campaign. And he's on the clock and he's on watch because they get off to another bad start this season. He's not gonna be the manager very long. He'll be gone before even it begins. And now the squad, they have strengthened in terms of their transfer window. United has Lenny Yoro, who's injured, Joshua Zirkzee, and then the big one that's going to be potentially available tomorrow, Matthias de Ligt. They're all been in. Mazraoui, he's also been added to the team. And there's the injury bug has already hit United. Lenny Yoro being out, Luke Shaw, he's ruled out. It's Rasmus Højlund, he's also going to miss up top. He's going to be out until September with a hamstring thigh issue. Jadon Sancho, has a chance to probably be involved in there because Zirkzee, he's still adapting to the team. Overall, United, this is a big game for them. They need to start off with a victory. Overall, it was hard to do these sort of previews before the game because we don't really understand the form. We don't really take preseason. Based on last season, we know Fulham, they'll be competitive. They won't be afraid to go after United, to go after them at Old Trafford. And Marco Silva, he'll have his team playing well. He'll have his team tactically set up very, very well. Very, very disciplined, closing down the spaces, making it a little bit difficult. I think there'll be moments in which they'll take advantage of possession and they'll have opportunities to pin in Manchester United deep because Manchester United could have moments in time that when they're suffering, they really, really suffer. So, it's gonna be an interesting game, in my opinion. The West London club are gonna come to play, so I'm very, very excited for it. As far as the news for Fulham, Emil Smith-Rowe he's gonna be available to make his competitive debut. He'll be making his debut, so that's gonna be great to watch. As well, he's the sort of player. He has clever tendencies. He's good in tight spaces, very good technically. He can give United some real issues because he's technically gifted enough, and he has that goal scoring sort of ability on him in terms of being able to strike a ball. He has real quality and real ability. United, they'll be expected to line up with Onana in goal. I think Dalot is going to be the right back. I think the partnership is going to be De Ligt, who from everybody's saying De Ligt is going to be available to start in the game. He will start in the game. He's looked good in training. De Ligt, Martinez, Mazraoui. Casemiro is going to get to start in midfield with Mainu, and then they're going to go, and then Fernandes playing a little bit above them. Mount playing a little bit in front of them. With Rashford, and then Fernandes also. So that's an interesting team, a very attack-minded team, and we'll see how they take it. Mason Mount has been in very poor form. It's interesting to see if he's going to be getting the start. People are predicting him to start, but he's been on poor form even in preseason, so that's going to be interesting. Fulham, They have no injuries really to concern about. Their conductor, their star in midfield, Palinia, is not involved now. He's at Bayern. And they've also lost Tim Ream and Tosin Adarabio over this transfer window. So it's going to be interesting how they line up. They're predicted to line up with Leno in goal, Castagna, Diop, Issa Diop with Bassi, Robinson, obviously the left back, Reed, Lukic, Traore, and then Smith Rowe is expected to take a start alongside Iwobi and Rodrigo Muniz. They're this Brazilian 23-year-old forward for Fulham. Real ability, real technical ability. Coming in, he was out of loan at Middlesbrough. He was at loan at Middlesbrough actually. Now he's back at Fulham. We'll see how he's able to do this season. He had a pretty good season, pretty good second half of the season this past season. So it's going to be really, really fascinating how he's able to, give this makeshift United center halves a bit of a concern, because let's be honest, De Ligt and Lisandro Martinez, there will be opportunities that Munoz could really give them a struggle, and the fact that they've never played together. De Ligt has just been at the club for a few days now. He's only had like 3 days of practice. So, there will be, he will have his opportunities, and based on the form he had that second half of this past season, he can really make them pay. So, yeah, I give Fulham a decent chance to get out of the result, and in fact, I think they will get the result. I predict them win this game. I think they'll win this game 2-0. I think that they win this game, and they'll cause some serious noise in terms of the United fan base and in terms of the media coming down at Manchester United just with the season beginning. So, yeah, I look forward to the game tomorrow.